Once we start down the path of dishonesty, it becomes easier to justify bigger and more frequent lies. This can lead to a cycle of mistrust and suspicion. What begins as a seemingly harmless attempt to spare someone's feelings can quickly spiral into a web of deceit that becomes increasingly difficult to untangle. The more we lie, the more we have to remember and cover up.
If you haven't done so as yet, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Relationships are built on trust and honesty, right? It's the foundation upon which we build our lives together, sharing our dreams, fears, and everything in between. We all crave those fairy tale romances where partners share everything and never keep secrets. The idea of a perfect union where both individuals are completely transparent is incredibly appealing. But let's face it, the real world is a bit messier. Life isn't always a bed of roses, and even the most loving relationships can face challenges. Sometimes, even in the most loving relationships, lies can sneak in. These lies can be about small things like how we feel about a certain situation, or bigger issues that we are afraid to confront. These lies might seem small at first, like tiny cracks in a seemingly perfect facade. They might be told to avoid conflict or to protect our partner's feelings, but over time these cracks can grow, threatening the very foundation of the relationship. What starts as a minor omission can snowball into a significant breach of trust. We might not even realize it, but these seemingly harmless deceptions can slowly erode the trust and intimacy we hold dear. The distance created by these lies can make us feel isolated and misunderstood. So how do we protect ourselves from the dangers of deceit? How do we ensure that our relationships remain strong and honest? How can we learn to spot those red flags and address them before it's too late? Recognizing the signs of dishonesty early can help us take proactive steps to address the issues. In this video, we'll delve into the world of lies in relationships, exploring the common ways deceit can manifest and offering practical advice on how to navigate these tricky situations. We'll look at real-life examples and expert opinions to provide a comprehensive understanding. Remember, knowledge is power. By equipping ourselves with the right tools and insights, we can better handle the complexities of human relationships. By understanding the dynamics of dishonesty, we can empower ourselves to build stronger, more authentic connections with the people we love. Let's embark on this journey together to foster trust and transparency in our relationships.
If you haven't done so as yet, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
We've all heard the phrase little white lies, those seemingly harmless fibs we tell to protect someone's feelings or avoid conflict. They seem innocent enough, right? Just a small tweak of the truth to keep the peace or to make someone feel better about themselves. But in the realm of relationships, even the smallest lies can have significant consequences. These tiny deceptions can slowly erode the foundation of trust that is crucial for any healthy relationship. Think about it. Your partner tells you they love your new haircut when they secretly despise it. It might seem like a harmless comment, but it plants a seed of doubt. Or they claim to be too busy to meet your friends when they're actually just not that interested. These small lies can make you question their true feelings and intentions. These might seem like minor indiscretions, but they point to a deeper issue, a lack of open and honest communication. Over time, these little lies can accumulate, creating a barrier between partners. The problem with these white lies is that they create a slippery slope. What starts as a small fib can lead to a pattern of dishonesty. Once we start down the path of dishonesty, it becomes easier to justify bigger and more frequent lies. This can lead to a cycle of mistrust and suspicion. What begins as a seemingly harmless attempt to spare someone's feelings can quickly spiral into a web of deceit that becomes increasingly difficult to untangle. The more we lie, the more we have to remember and cover up, leading to stress and anxiety. So how can we tell if our partner might be hiding something? It's a question that can keep us up at night, gnawing at our peace of mind. While there's no foolproof lie detector test for relationships, there are some telltale signs that should raise red flags. These signs can be subtle or glaringly obvious, but they all point to the same thing: something isn't quite right. One of the most obvious signs is a change in behavior. This could manifest in various ways, such as becoming unusually distant or overly attentive. If your partner suddenly becomes withdrawn, evasive, or secretive, it could be a sign that something is amiss. They might start hiding their phone or closing their laptop quickly when you walk into the room. Pay attention to their body language as well. Nonverbal cues can often speak louder than words. Do they avoid eye contact? This can be a major indicator of discomfort or dishonesty. Do they seem nervous or fidgety when you ask them direct questions? These physical signs can reveal a lot about their state of mind. Another red flag is inconsistency in their stories. If their explanations don't add up or they contradict themselves, it's a clear indication that something is off. If their explanations don't add up or they contradict themselves, it's a clear indication that something is off. Trust your gut instinct. Often, our intuition can sense when something is wrong before our mind can rationalize it. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't ignore these feelings. They are there for a reason. Remember, recognizing these red flags is the first step towards addressing the issue and working towards a healthier, more honest relationship. Open communication and trust are the foundations of any strong relationship. If you notice these signs, it's crucial to address them sooner rather than later. Trust is the bedrock of any strong relationship. It's the invisible glue that holds everything together, allowing us to feel safe, secure, and loved. But when lies enter the picture, that foundation begins to crumble. Imagine building a house on a shaky foundation. No matter how beautiful the structure, it's only a matter of time before it starts to crack and collapse. The same principle applies to relationships. When trust is broken, it creates a rift between partners, leading to suspicion, doubt, and insecurity. The damage caused by lies can be incredibly difficult to repair. Once trust is broken, it takes a tremendous amount of effort, time, and commitment from both partners to rebuild it. It's not impossible, but it requires a willingness to confront the issue head-on and a shared desire to create a stronger, more honest foundation for the future. Section 5. Communication breakdown. Lies not only erode trust, but also create significant roadblocks in communication. When partners can't be honest with each other, it becomes impossible to have open, meaningful conversations. Imagine trying to have a conversation with someone who's constantly filtering their words, afraid to reveal their true thoughts and feelings. It would be like talking through a wall, with no real connection or understanding. This lack of open communication can lead to feelings of isolation, resentment, and frustration. It creates a breeding ground for misunderstandings, arguments, and emotional distance. Over time, this communication breakdown can poison the entire relationship, making it difficult to address even the smallest issues. Section 6. Unmasking the Truth, a how-to guide. So how do we tackle this issue of dishonesty in our relationships? How can we encourage open communication and create a safe space for honesty to flourish? The first step is to cultivate self-awareness. We need to examine our own tendencies towards dishonesty. Do we tell white lies to avoid conflict? Do we shy away from difficult conversations? By understanding our own patterns, we can start to break free from unhealthy communication habits. Next, we need to create a safe and non-judgmental environment for our partners to share their truths. This means being approachable, listening without interrupting, and responding with empathy and understanding. When our partners feel safe sharing their vulnerabilities, they're more likely to be honest, even when it's difficult. Section 7. Repairing the damage, a second chance at honesty. What happens when lies have already damaged the relationship? Is it possible to rebuild trust and move forward? The answer, while not always easy, is yes. It requires commitment, forgiveness, and a willingness to put in the work. The first step is for the person who lied to take full responsibility for their actions. This means acknowledging the hurt they've caused and expressing genuine remorse. Empty apologies won't cut it. They need to demonstrate a sincere desire to change their behavior. The next step is for both partners to commit to rebuilding trust. This means being patient, communicating openly, and following through on promises. It's a gradual process that takes time and effort from both sides. Section 8. The power of reflection. Taking the time to reflect on our relationships is crucial for fostering honesty and growth. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and avoid difficult conversations. But setting aside dedicated time for reflection allows us to examine our relationships with a critical eye. Ask yourself, are we truly honest with each other? Do we feel safe sharing our vulnerabilities? Are there any lingering resentments or unresolved conflicts? By asking these tough questions, we can identify areas where honesty might be lacking. Reflection isn't about placing blame or dwelling on the past. It's about understanding the current state of the relationship and identifying areas for improvement. It's about creating a space for open dialogue and mutual understanding. Section 9. Seeking honesty, a journey worth taking. Honesty is not a destination but an ongoing journey. It's a commitment we make to ourselves and our partners to show up authentically and communicate with integrity. It's about creating a space where both partners feel safe, seen, and heard. This journey won't always be easy. There will be bumps in the road, misunderstandings, and moments of doubt. But by embracing honesty as a core value, we can navigate these challenges together and build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. So, let's commit to seeking honesty in our relationships. Let's create a space where truth can flourish, and where love can deepen through authentic connection. The journey might be challenging, but the rewards are immeasurable.